Hi, it's Julie from Do Business Like a Woman, and today I'm talking to you about how to sell without feeling icky. This is a topic that's really dear to my heart because for the longest time I was so uncomfortable trying to sell, and I viewed it in a really kind of dysfunctional way and struggled a lot. I can remember in my first iteration as a business coach many years ago, trying to sell kind of high-end packages, trying to sell coaching packages, and it really felt awful. It felt like such a disconnect, so kind of uncomfortable and icky and against my own moral code. And that was because of the way that I was thinking about selling. I can remember being in these kind of sales calls with people, and I knew that what I was offering could help them. I could coach them around business. I could help them get their businesses set up. But something about it felt so off energetically. It felt like me trying to get something from them. And it felt like me wanting them to give me money. And it was, at the time, what I didn't realize, it was all about me, whereas actually it always needs to be about the person that you are talking to. It's about them, not you. And I'm going to really dig deeper into this. I'm going to give you an insight that I've had this week, which has been an absolute game changer for me. But my experience of selling today is very different from what it was back then. And I'm going to share the journey I've gone through and the insights that I've got and what changed for me, so that you can use it too to help shift your thinking about selling if you have any of that kind of icky feeling or anything uncomfortable or anything where you feel like you're taking something from someone when you're selling. So that's what I'm going to get into with you today. I think this will be super valuable to kind of get rid of any uncomfortableness that you might still be having. So yeah, just skipping back to when I was selling before, when I was that business coach. And the thing was, I was traveling with my husband. At the time, we were traveling around France and Italy, and it was great fun, but we were pretty short on cash. He wasn't working, I was the only one working, and we were kind of short on money. So when I was having these sales calls, in the back of my mind, I really felt like I needed the money. It was like, I need to make this sale in order for us to buy our next groceries, in order for us to put petrol in the motorhome that we were traveling in. You know, it was really like that. And it put an awful lot of pressure on me and therefore on the other person. Even though I tried not to, I didn't want to be that high pressured salesperson. That's like so far from my values. But because I was having the financial pressure, I was carrying that into my session. So my very first tip is, if at all possible, put yourself in a situation where you don't need the money. So, you know, this is the whole piece around kind of having other income while you're building up your business and just making sure that you're taken care of financially. Now, I know that that's in an ideal world, and it doesn't always go like that. Sometimes the truth is you just do need the money, right? But here's a distinction. You don't need the money from that individual. You may need the money, but you don't need it to come from that source. And there's a much deeper kind of spiritual principle at work here around developing trust, and knowing that, you know, your source of money is not another person. Your source of everything is not another person. But that is a deeper spiritual conversation. That's not where I'm going to take it today, but I just wanted to plant that seed because it's been an integral part of the journey for me. So, yeah, I was, really feeling that I needed the money. That was putting a lot of pressure on. And so it very much felt like the energy of getting instead of the energy of giving. And what I've come to learn is that that is not what sales is about. So sales is about you giving to the other person, and I will explain why. But first of all, I'd love to know where you're at. You know, do you still feel uncomfortable about sales? Do you still feel icky when you get on that sales call with a potential client, with another person, and you're talking to them? If you do, drop me a comment. I'd love to know how you feel. All right, so what changed for me? So I came to realize over the years, through a lot of training, a lot of experience of doing these sales calls with kind of coaching and clients and different things, online business manager clients, I came to discover that the sales process is a gift that you can give another person. It's not about you. Right, this person is coming to you with a problem that they need solving. Your only job is to get to know them as a person. So get to know them as a person and see whether you have something that can solve their problem. That's it. That's all you have to do. Is get to know them and explore whether you have something that can solve their problem. And if you do, great. And if you don't, that's fine too. But that's the purpose of the sales call, is to dive into that and do that exploration with the other person. Now, if you go into it with a feeling that you genuinely care about the other person, you're curious about them, and you genuinely care about them, that will make all the difference energetically. The other thing that's important is for you to go in feeling whole, that you're a whole person, that you don't need anything from them. You're not attached to the outcome of the sales call. Now, you might love to get another client. You might be in the position that you're still getting your first client and you'd really like that. But you need to go into that call not needing that, and certainly not needing it more than they need the help, right? So you're going into the call from a place of wholeness, like, I have everything I need. I'm good. My life is good. I don't need this, but I'm here showing up for this person to see if the service I have to offer can help them in any way. So they are coming to you with a problem, and it's your job to see whether you can genuinely help them through a series of questions, a process that you take them on in the sales service, which is really just about getting to know them, what their problem is, and explore whether the solution you have, whether it's a coaching package, whether you're a virtual assistant, an online business manager, whether what you have can actually solve their problem and is what they need. And often it is, and occasionally it isn't the right fit for them right now. You know, it all depends what else is going on in their life. But that's the energy that you come with. It's very, very neutral. So it's never about you getting anything. And in fact, it's about you giving something in the sales process, because you are giving them a gift by being there with them and taking them through that process. You know, clients can get real insights during that process just through being there and just through having that exploration with you. Oftentimes they don't have the space to explore these issues anywhere else in their life. So just in talking to you, they're getting something from out of that session, whether they go on to sign up with you or not. So my sales calls are a really different experience now. I don't experience it as me trying to take money off somebody. I know that what I'm bringing can really change someone's life and can provide a lot of value. And because I have that confidence, I know that it's a fair exchange. You know, if it's the right fit after we've explored and they choose to invest their money with me, I know that they're going to get value, and I know that it can literally be life-changing for them. You know, the ability to help a woman create a business that she loves, a heart-aligned business, to actually get her first clients into her business, to increase her profits. I mean, those are big benefits, right? So you do need to have a level of confidence in your service that you're offering. Now I'm going to get to the insight that I've had this week, which has been a total game changer for me. And this actually came from Michael Neal, who does Caffeine from the Soul and other things. And what he said is, when you next go into a sales call, imagine that you are talking to a loved one or a family member or a friend. Imagine that you are actually speaking to and sitting with somebody that you love and you really care about. You know, so for me, it was my mum. I said, right, I'm going into this sales call. I'm talking to my mum. I really love and care about her. I want the best for her. There's no way I'm ever going to tell her to spend or recommend that she spends her money on something that's not good for her or that I don't think will really benefit her. And so every sales call I go into, I'm imagining that the other person is, you know, my mum or someone I really care about, and I'm approaching it that way. Thinking about, well, will this really, really benefit the person? And if I think it wouldn't, and it's rare that there's someone on a sales call with me and it won't, you know, if they've got to that stage, but it happens. And if I think that, I will say so, because I would never push something on my mom or a friend that that wouldn't really add value to their life and I didn't think was worth them spending the money on. But equally, if I had found something that I thought would really benefit my mum or my friend, I would totally tell them about it. I would share that. I would share like why I thought it was cool for them and like what I thought it could do for them, because I know that it can make a difference to their life. So it's almost as though you found something cool and it's not your product, it's nothing to do with you. It's just this cool thing you know can make a difference to that person and you're sharing it with them. How cool is that? And it was a real reframe for me. And I actually had a sales call yesterday, so I had a chance to put it into practice, and it just felt different. It felt amazing, you know, just being really present with that person, really embodied, none of my own stuff getting in the way, just open to them. What do they need help with? Let's explore this. Can I help you with this? Is my service the right fit for what you need? And, you know, I'm pleased to say that it was, and they signed up, which is great. But the process just feels different, and it felt great, and I think it will for you too. So if you can go into it with imagining that you are talking to a loved one, a friend, and just sharing with them. Now, the person that you are talking to, they will come to an internal decision, like an internal yes or no. And really, your job is just to listen. Like 85% of the time, you need to be listening, not talking. And you're facilitating the questions. Now, there are plenty of people that teach the sales process that can give you the questions. I won't go into that today. But your job is just to like guide this person through and help them really explore and get in touch with their deepest desires, like their soul-driven desires. And yes, their pain, like what is this costing them by not getting this sorted out, not getting the help. So just really exploring that with them, and that in itself is a huge gift. Now, the thing that you can do that you want to avoid is like unselling them. So sometimes if you talk too much, you can actually put people off. So, you know, really listening is such a key skill for this. But I think if you go in with the intention of helping a friend, really that just shifts the energy, and it's not about you. It's not about you getting the money or any of this weird stuff you may be bringing into the situation about money if you've got money stuff going on. It's just you being present, being fully embodied, and being open to helping another person. So if this has been useful for you, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to sign up to my email list, because I give so much more value about how to get clients, how to sell, like how to build your business online, how to market yourself, your messaging. You know, I really want you to have the experience of a profitable business that you love. So go over, there's a link in the description and I'll put it in the comments. Go over, you can get my freebie as well, how to, the guides to getting clients, and you can literally discover the things that I use to have a full client schedule for the last 3 years, and that my own clients are implementing now, and what's working. So you can grab that guide for free. It's going to be super valuable for your business. Get on my email list. You can click through, go do that, and I'll see you in there. I hope that today's session was useful for you. Drop me a comment, let me know what takeaways have you got from this, what ahas. Is this different from how you were thinking about selling? Does this feel a little bit different? Let me know. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. See you next time. Mwah.